This is Damon Stevens, Federal Builders. Today is Monday, September 26, 2022. This is stock market update for trades of the day. Hopefully everybody trades safe out there and made some money today in this market of volatility. It looks like we also closed down to a new low today on the SPY. So something to watch for as these bears continue to control this market. So let's see what happens on tomorrow. We got Turnaround Tuesday coming up. So let's get prepared for it. And let's get into some charts and take a look at what's going on here. To do that, I just want to take a moment, take a look at the futures. If you look at the S&P 500 futures, you can see that we're kind of a little bit up from those lows. And actually, we're kind of in this little range here. So we're looking for a breakout, really above 3,700 to the upside, or to the downside, something below 3360 to the down. So we'll see. We might just get stuck in this little range here for a little bit. That's okay if you you can either wait till we start to get breakout or break down, or you can actually range trade. And range trading is basically just a technique where you're buying at the bottom of the range, selling at the top of the range as it kind of goes up and back down, up and back down, up and back down. And so we'll see. Right now, you can see that we're coming right up, and we found resistance here at this 3730 area, and we're also right there now after hours as well. So do we continue to roll back down here? It's possible, but now we're creating a little bit of a downward wedge. So we'll see if we get a breakout tonight after hours here, or if we possibly break down outside of this range. So just something to watch for as you're getting, oh, here we go. So you can see Dow Jones closes down 1.1%, at NASDAQ down 0.6%, and S&P 500 down 1.03%. Really red heat map across the board, except for FANG stocks. So Apple kind of hung in there. Amazon and Tesla did the best. Costco and Walmart did really well as well. So that was interesting to see. Maybe a little pop here. On the scanner, nothing off the scanner that we took. But you can see kind of here the market kind of took off the beginning of the day, and it's kind of faded out, found a base down at those lows, and then tried to sell off here right at the end again. You can see, especially the NASDAQ and the SPY pulling back here. So very similar looking charts across the board. And we're looking at these indices. So we'll see what we get tomorrow as we get into these charts. Looking at the news for tomorrow, so we have durable goods and orders before the market opens. And then we have some information on housing coming out tomorrow. Something to be aware of. And, if you are in housing stocks, definitely pay attention to them. If you look at Pulte Group or Lennar or some of these other big companies, some stocks to check out in the morning. So just something to be aware of tomorrow. As far as calls and puts, so people are shorting the market are using the put, and people who are long in the market use what's called calls. And right now, you can see here we have a record number of people shorting the market. And so far, this last week, they are getting rewarded for shorting the market. So we'll see if that continues as we, break, possibly even to lower lows, or we get a potential rally here. Just going to pull up here just to look and see. So right now here, this is the S&P 500. You can see where we have these spikes, where we have this heavy volume. At 350 was where we have the heaviest volume of people shorting. That's obviously way below where we're at right now, but definitely you can see a lot of spikes here, a lot of contracts out there. 390, 360, 350. So, obviously looking for a lot more people, bearish situation coming up here. And if you look at the put call ratio up here, there's over two people shorting the market to going long on the market. That gives you any indication of where the market's expected to go. So we'll see if we do that. But again, just be careful and watch out for some potential short-term rallies as well. Here's one of the reasons why I think that. If you look at the S&P 500, these are the stocks above the 50-day moving average. This is the ones, stock, if it's over a 50-day moving average, typically it's looked as bullish. If it's under the 50-day moving average, it's considered bearish. And if you look at right now from this little rally that we had, we're down here, down at pandemic lows. And down here's the low. We're back in June, so we thought this was, possibly a bottom here. Well, we're right down there again. So can we get a bounce here? Possible. You see that last time we hit this 92%, which was unusual, because typically it's around 75. But then if you look at this, the inverse, as far as when were we this low before? So that's March 2020. So that's pandemic. And then this is June. And then now we're down today. So we're right down there. And every time we've gotten down that low, you've seen a bounce. This is our second day down. Last time we were down for a couple of days before hitting that bounce. So that's why I'm wondering if we're going to get some type of bounce or rally sometime this week, whether it's, on turnaround Tuesday or maybe possibly, Thursday or Friday this week. So something to be aware of. If you haven't subscribed, definitely subscribe to our channel, FinWealth Live, on our YouTube channel, where we continue to bring these videos. And also we do live streaming in the morning, as well as we have some other services that we provide. One of those being, if you go to finwealthlive.com, it's our website. You can click on this link and learn more about the company. But down here, if you see this free non-member chat and daily watch list Discord, so we have a server out there where we post basically our daily watch list before the market opens on what we're trading, when we're getting in, when we're getting out. And so you're welcome to join us there. If you do want to join the team with us and our family of traders, this is your dashboard. Basically, you have live trading link out here, training courses. So multiple courses out there, including multiple techniques that we teach new traders and other traders who are looking for maybe some way of expanding their current trading capabilities. So that's master courses out there. We have group training and then one-on-ones. And one of the things we've done in the last couple of one-on-ones is we just kind of sat down and looked at people's computers, configurations, how they're trading, and provide some suggestions on how they can trade possibly better. So just something to be aware of. I'd definitely love to have you join us. And with that said, let's get into some charts here. Tesla, it's on a daily chart. You can see off these pivots, this is basically our trend line, and we broke that trend line today and then bounced back up. So as long as Tesla can be above 170, look for possibly bounce and get a rally here. But it's just barely hanging on there. It almost broke through this wedge that we have here. If it does break through and breaks down again below that 270 level, there should be some support here, possibly at this last pivot here at 265.74. So something to watch for. Chipotle, we talked about this one again, after having this, nice little double top here. Got a neckline here. We broke that neckline. We're down to the 200-day moving average. If we break that, then we're looking at, possibly running down here towards 1372, or maybe where this neckline was here at 1414. So looking for some support possibly down there, but right now we're just barely hovering on that 200. So look for a break there for some additional downside. NVIDIA continues to put in lows, and it's in here right at the low. We got a low. Next support would be here at 122. We break that 116. So we may consolidate here as well. If we do get a rally, look for a climb back up to this top of this candle here at 131. Amazon pulled down, but rallied up today. If you once we get to the chart, you can see. But basically, we're hovering right here going down towards these lows here. We're kind of in this range here now, below this resistance area. So we'll see if we can hold this area. Maybe we chop through here, but we do got to get back above this 117 area to run. Or if not, if we break down below 110, we're coming back down into a lower range here, maybe towards the lows for Amazon. Netflix just kind of hovering. It's not down towards the lows yet after rallying up here, but it's still kind of above this little trend line here. So we'll see if it can hold around this 223 and bounce, or maybe it can break to the upside here if we get a little bit of a bounce. But right now, Netflix is just trying to hover on here and hold on above, around this 50-day moving average, which it just broke to, below today. Apple, Apple, you can see we've been on this downward slope here on Apple, coming down here. We have support down here at 148. You can see that we tagged it twice. Came down towards it today and then rallied up here and then fell back down again. So we're kind of back in this little zone, and we've been there for 4 days. This is kind of where we topped out before when we put this double bottom in. So, we'll see if this can hold here and maybe, get a bounce on Apple back above here, or if not, we break down here. Hopefully we can get support again back here at 148.29. Microsoft continues to kind of sell off here, putting in new lows. It's kind of slowing down. The candles are getting a little smaller, but we don't have any type of engulfing candle. So we really got to get back above this 241, which was the last lows that we have here. And you see this little triple bottom that we had. So we got to, hopefully hold above that. If not, we could be coming down to, continue to come down to additional lows. So if I was looking at additional lows, extreme would be down here, 223. But, if we, flatten out here, I'd say probably, maybe around, this 234, 235 area might be a zone that we could possibly find some support in for Microsoft. Maybe a 10-year bond came up. We talked about this last night. Came up and tagged the very top of our deviation bands, and you can see that it did that back here in June, and then it pulled back off that, which is expected. So does it just pull back off here, or can it climb back down this candle here? It can climb back down here towards this 370. Then maybe we can get a little bit of a pop in the market. But right now, everything's been kind of holding up in those bonds. And if we look at the 2-year yield, you can see here, it broke it back out of the bands, which, back here in June, it hit the top and pulled back. And actually, yesterday, it kind of, or Friday, it kind of ran up. And right now, today, it's in here, right here, just trying to pull back here a little bit. So we need to really have that 2-year yield pull back down here to hopefully get some money flowing back into stocks. Dollar, same thing, dollars, all the money's in bonds and dollars. So you can see here, elevated here, looking for a pullback here. It did, tag outside our third deviation band. Let's pull back in here. So we'll see what that does for us here going forward. Gold, as long as the dollar is weak and the dollar is strong, the gold will be weak. And so you can see here, it came down here. It's coming down towards the 1600, but it's not quite there yet. That's where I'd say the low would be. But right now you can see it's trying to find some support here. It looks like it kind of hit kind of a little double bottom here at 1620. If we break 1620, more likely we're going to 1600. So we'll see if we can get a bounce here off gold. But gold, again, really, really weak. The VIX, nice little spike up here. It hit the top of this trend line. You see this little pivot line right here. Hit the top of that, which is also this deviation band line here, and pull back just a little bit. If it gets in spikes again back above here, or even gets around 34, 35, 36, market's coming down, and we're going to put even additional lows in. Really going to see this VIX break back down here if we want any type of rally to happen in the marketplace. So very elevated right now on the VIX. SPY on a daily. Here's where you can see we put in that new close. 362.17 is where we were before in June. So now you can see that we just came back below that 362.06. So we'll, you can see here, it looks like, we may have tried to bottom out here and can bounce possibly. We are oversold right now, but heavy volumes coming in. And so as long as we see those volumes coming in on the sellers, very well could push us down, but looking hopefully to have a double bottom put in here would be ideal, and have a little bounce here. So we'll see if we can get that. On a weekly, we broke below the 200-day on a weekly. So that's very bearish to see that break. We really wanted to see that support hold. So next level down would be like this 327 area, and then possibly, for a possible bounce or 291 if we keep going down. So looking for some type of support here on a monthly basis. We're still above the 50-day on a monthly. So now that we're working off the monthly, which is just crazy, on the sell-off here. If we can hold here and get a bounce, that would be ideal. If we break the 50-day on a monthly chart, then you're looking for clear down here to 100 at 300, 304 would be the worst case scenario. But we do have our deviation bands here, one at 350, one at 320. So hopefully, we get some support around those levels at some point. So this is SPY on the weekly. So again, just let's take this to a monthly and take a look. Yep, so here you go. So there's a month again, right off that 50. So that's where we're looking for some support. Boy, I got a lot of those. So triple Qs, not quite hitting the lows, but pretty close. 268.28 is would be our line right here. Yeah, so we'll see if we can bounce off of, get some support and bounce off here right now. Not, we're going to probably test those. If we break them, then obviously we're going to put new lows here in. And the triple Qs and extreme would be down here 247. But we have some work to do before we get down that low. IWM, not quite put the lows, but pretty close. So S&P 500 seemed to be leading the charge there. 162.78, we're right above it. So we need a little bit of bounce here. Otherwise, we'll continue to see this weakness. And this next deviation band's down here, 157. Financials came down. Tag this 30, we talked about this. So the $30 level, that's exactly where it did. And bounced off luckily on the financials. So, triple bottom right now. That's what we're looking at. So can we bottom out here and bounce from here? If we break below this $30 level, then you can look to see, possibly come down here to 28 on the financials if we have an extreme fallout here. That's why it's critical right now to either see a bounce or, be prepared for both directions, or, see a fake out happen here where the bulls are able to come in and provide a relief rally. Bitcoin looks like it's trying to climb, which, typically, Bitcoin usually in the general market, you can typically look at those. So if Bitcoin's jumping up here now, today or tonight, I wonder if we can get a rally, a little bounce tomorrow on the SPY. So something to look for, because I think Ethereum is the same thing. So Ethereum's still bouncing as well off of here. So I'm thinking maybe turn on Tuesday does get a little bit of a bounce. So something to look for tomorrow. See if we get a little relief rally here instead of breaking down additional lows here. So that's our stocks, our cryptos, the things we're looking at tomorrow, kind of levels we're looking at. Again, look for our post here out on our Discord and our daily watch list. Definitely join us, and we'll talk tomorrow night, see how your trading went, and what we need to do to plan for the next day. So stay safe out there in this market, and be careful out there. One of the things that we didn't talk about earlier, but accumulation at some point is going to be a key play for long-term portfolios with this market. Now that we're elevated down here, if you're contributing to 401ks or whatever else, that's great. But accumulation down here on a discount on these stocks is probably a good idea. Not financial advice, but definitely towards these lows. And yeah, can we go lower? Very likely, but you're already getting discounts across a lot of these stocks. So just something to keep in mind as you're looking for your long-term portfolio and what you want to do there, and whether you should be contributing or not. I did get a question from somebody asking me if they should stop contributing. And I said, not financial advice, but what a great opportunity right now to get stocks at a discount compared to they were at the pandemic high. So just something to be aware of. Not financial advice again. Stay safe out there, and we'll talk tomorrow night.